השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. We are. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom. All right, so normally we would turn the air way down to keep you awake, but you'll just have to do that all on your own this evening. So first of all, it continues to be really lovely to be together in person. And this is our Shabbat on the cusp of 4th of July and the celebration of being free in America. And I want to speak a little bit about what that means for us as Jews. Now, in the history of most group hatred, and of course, right, I'm going to talk about hatred a little bit here, there's a limit. It's either geographical, economic, or cultural. Some people may express, say, hatred, as we've seen, of Asians, but they don't wish to wipe China or Japan off the map. Some people may hate African Americans, but they don't wish the world to be rid of all people of color, even if they wish their little corner of the world to be so purged. Generally, hatred has the limit of one's personal experience. If the hater need not be in contact with or have his or her life changed by a certain group, that's sufficient. The knowledge that they exist somewhere else does not disturb his or her sleep. But we Jews have repeatedly discovered the totalizing nature of Jew hatred. For centuries, Jews were, for Christians, evidence of a fundamental rebellion against their faith who had to be converted or destroyed. For Muslims, Jews represented a rejection of Muhammad, and so the conversion of the Jews and the affirmation of Islam was a constant goal. And for the Nazis, Jews were a threat to the fascist hegemony and had to be wiped out. So when Jews hear strains of hatred, they don't hear just a skirmish, they hear a massacre. In 1979, Habib El-Ghanian, who served as president of the Tehran Jewish Society, was executed for friendship with enemies of God. The Iranian Jewish community did not assume that organizing protests would be the most effective response. Instead, they left Iran en masse, losing billions of dollars in assets, homes, businesses, because Jewish history had taught them that the execution of a leader for anti-Semitic reasons leads to only one end. Even for a community that was relatively untouched by the Holocaust, its lessons were not lost. The hostility of a government expressed against Jews is a harbinger of genocide. So today, when we in America, as a Jewish community, hear about the spike in attacks, either here or in Latin America or in Europe, we can't very easily ignore the possibility for catastrophe. When the ADL reports an increase in anti-Semitic rhetoric and action, it's more than a blip on the radar. When a Chabad rabbi is attacked outside of his Jewish center. Although it's true that America is a patchwork of many groups, and there is broad sympathy for Jews in this country, thankfully, once one has had a heart attack, any pain becomes a warning. Hatred of Jews, a virus that has infected humanity for millennia, is a different sort of hatred. Jews are seen as both superhuman, controlling the world, and subhuman, vermin who are less than people. And as the Jews of Germany learned, no amount of patriotism or influence can dissuade the haters. The only vaccine is the strength of people of goodwill and good conscience. So the message for us on this Shabbat, and as we begin or get ready to celebrate, hopefully a joyous and very healthy and safe 4th of July, is not to be silent for ourselves or for others. That the ultimate freedom is to live in a country full of people of goodwill and people of good conscience. And with that, we welcome our Shabbat, and I invite Lynn and Ron Hetty to light our Shabbat candles. Special 4th of July Shabbat lighting. Good luck.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu Shabbat. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the universe, creator of the universe. By your commandments we are sanctified. As we kindle the lights of Shabbat. Amen.
We'll invite you to take a moment to say hello, Shabbat Shalom, to someone sitting near you you've not yet greeted, or maybe that you don't even know. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
That was great. That was a first.
All the cheesy things come up.
That buys me time on the.
Yes, perfect.
kakala yadada 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabela lecha dodi kakala yadada 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabela Shema v'zachor v'dibor echad yishmianu el yuchad Adonai echad v'shemo echad l'shem u'teferet v'letfila lecha dodi lekakala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabela lecha dodi lekakala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabela lekat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki b'kol ha'beracha merosh v'kedem nisucha sof ma'aseh v'mashvat tefila lecha dodi lekakala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabela lecha dodi lekakala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabela Boi shalom ateret bala gam besimcha ufsola toch emunei am seula boi chala lecha dodi lekakala yadada 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabela lecha dodi lekakala yadada 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabela
Please be seated. We continue with the words of Hatzi Kaddish.
Yikra v'yikra shomei rabba
Amen.
Ba'alma tivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayin chol beit Yisrael B'gala uv'lizman kari v'yimeru Amen Yehi shmei rabba mevorach Ve'olam u'amei amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha
Brichu.
Leila min kol birchata v'shirata
Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiram belma V'imeru.
Amen. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach
So just as a reminder, and I think everybody here obviously by their non-masked appearance has been vaccinated, which is great. We are inviting everybody to return in person. We are asking unvaccinated, if you haven't had both shots, that you remain masked. Feel free to pass the word on to others, especially for the health and safety of our youngest members, who we do hope will be joining us, especially for the holidays, those who have not had the opportunity to receive a vaccine. So if people ask, is mic open? Say yes. If you've not been vaccinated, we invite you to come, but please keep your mask on and stay socially distanced. Thanks, everyone.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשובנו בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגד יומם ולילה. שמע ישראל, אדוני Shem kevod, Shem kevod, malchuto leolam vaed.
We continue chanting the words of Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, and that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. If we think of prayer less as an act that is petitionary in nature, meaning we're not asking for some miracle to come our way while we passively sit and wait for that to happen. If we think of prayer as really elevating our own awareness to something that is imperative, needs our action, needs our awareness, then this next prayer of Hashkivenu, which recognizes that there is much beyond our control, but ultimately what we all yearn for is the sense of shlemut, of wholeness. We call it a sukkot shlomecha, that we would have this sort of blanket of wholeness around us, of peace. It's shlemut and shalom have the same root. Then the question as we come to this prayer is, what do we need to be doing to make that happen? What do we need to be doing on this Shabbat where we embrace our freedom as Americans to ensure that wholeness and peace is not just for us, but is for all Americans? So think of Hashkivenu this Shabbat, not so much as a petition that it come to us, but as an awareness creating moment where we remind ourselves what we need to be doing to help make that happen for all.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom V'hamidenu Shomenu L'chaim Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake in morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Like so many prayers in Judaism, they can be set to different chants and melodies. This next prayer is one that is so familiar to those of us who are regular attendees on Friday night. It's the prayer of Ashamru. It comes directly from the Torah itself, reminding us that it is an obligation that we honor Shabbat. It's ours to guard and protect. So there are so many beautiful pieces. Lisa's written some, Michael Oakes has written some, all sorts of different composers. This one tonight is probably kind of the most reform traditional, I would say. And I always tease Lisa that it's like my least favorite because I think I've sung it a million times in my life. But the truth is, I'm just happy to sing anything with all of you. So this is the one we're going to sing tonight.
All right, here we go. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asor et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We rise together for the Amidah.
אדוני שפתי נפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופף גולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך מנית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
These next few moments are for your own silent prayer, meditations of the heart. Please feel free to find your seat when you've completed them.
טסים לעולם, כי אתה הוא מלך אדום וכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדום וכל השלום. שלום, שלום, שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים, טסים, טסים לעולם, וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום, שלום, שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים, טסים, טסים לעולם, טסים לעולם.
For those in our community in need of healing on the Shabbat, we think of Steve Geringer, Savannah Morris, Jane Sherberg, Paul Richter, Crystal Miller, Janice Grossman, Charlie Baugh, Monette Chance, Mickey Collins, Karen Eisner, TJ Cohen, Dick Eskind, Steve Gould, BB Weinstein, and Mary Frank. If I've not mentioned the name of a loved one, please do so at this time, or anyone you're thinking of for healing.
Susan Burdine.
We take all their names, include them in our prayers, join together, song of healing.
For the hurt of body and of soul, for the suffering and pain, as you heal the ones who came before, may you heal us just the same. רפואת הנפש והגוף אל נא רפאנה, רפאנו אדוני רפואה שלמה. רפואת הנפש והגוף אל נא רפאנה, רפאנו אדוני רפואה שלמה. For the hurt of body and of soul, for the suffering and pain, as you heal the ones who came before, may you heal us just the same. As you heal the ones who came before, may you heal us just the same.
Thank you to Rabbi Lori and to Miss Lisa Silver and to John Mock and to Misty, who's always dealing with our tech. Shabbat Shalom. There may be some people here who don't know that my name is Philip Rice. I'm the associate rabbi here at Congregation Micah. They call me Rabbi Flip, and Maybe this has happened to you like in like a weird place. Maybe you were in like a business meeting and someone just randomly said in Nashville, I'm going to pray on that. And you were like, oh, okay. Or even more, maybe a less formal secular setting. Maybe you were playing poker or something and someone said something like, I'll read my Bible about that. Yeah. Don't be so freaked out. That's kind of what the rabbi does. So I'm just going to give an example of that. This is the first service in the month of July at Congregation Micah, and it is likely the last first service in July at Congregation Micah in which Miss Lisa Silver will stand at that perch and lead us in prayer and song. Lori's not going to like this part either. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rab. So I'm not the only one who's going to miss Miss Lisa Silver and your many musical talents. And whenever I think about you leaving, retiring really is a maybe better word, as I have frequently, it sort of feels like that pit in your stomach when you've like overslept for like an exam, or the sadness that you get overwhelmed with when you lose someone, even though we're not losing you. And it occurred to me that it's what it's like maybe to confront your own mortality, which is what happens to Moses in this week's Torah portion. And in it, this portion called Pinchas, Moses asked God to appoint a successor. So great leaders care about succession. And when I think about it, right, Abraham instructed his servant to find a wife for his son Isaac so that the family of the covenant would continue. And King David sort of tapped Solomon, and Elijah, at God's bidding, appointed Elisha to carry on his work. And in the case of Moses, the sages sensed a certain sadness at his realization that he would not be succeeded by either of his sons, Gershom or Eliezer. Such is the case, they said, with Keter Torah, the invisible crowns of the Torah, the ones worn by the prophets and the sages, unlike the crowns of priesthood or kingship. It doesn't pass dynastically from parent to child. Charisma, talent, these things rarely pass that way. What is instructive, though, is the language that Moses uses in framing this request. So listen carefully. He says, Yufkod Adonai Elohei Aruchot l'chol basar, ish al ha'ida. Let the Lord God, source of the spirits of all flesh, appoint someone over the community. Asher yetzei lifneihem va'asher yavo lifneihem. One who shall go out before them and come in before them. Ve'asher yotzim ve'asher yiviem. One who shall take them out and bring them in. Ve'lo tehiyeh edat Adonai katson asher ein lachem ro'eh. So that the sacred community may not be like sheep that have no shepherd. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, and so God answers Moses. He says, Kach lecha et Yeshua ben Nun, asher ish asher ruach bo. He says, single out Joshua ben Nun. He's an inspired man. He has that ruach, that spirit. V'samachta et yadecha ba'alav, and lay your hands upon him. Succession. There are lessons to be learned from, I think, his choice of words. The first was noted by Rashi. That's how we always check first. It's implicit in this unusual long description of God as Adonai Elohei Haruchot L'chol Basar, the Lord God, spirits of all the flesh. I mean, Rashi says, he explains, he says, Master of the universe, the character of each and every person is revealed to you, and no two are alike. Appoint over us a leader who will bear with each person according to their spirit, their individual character. Because we Homo sapiens are pretty diverse. We come in all shapes and sizes and colors, and we have all sorts of beliefs and values. And therefore, cooperation we know to be essential, because we're each so different. But we also know, if you have social media or you watch the news, that our government, our society today, cohesion is kind of difficult. This great variety, this diversity that we celebrate here at Micah, its well-being demands that its leaders respect differences. But like the conductor of an orchestra, or we could say the musical director of a synagogue, they must also learn to integrate them, to be a community. They must ensure that the many different voices, mine included, the many different instruments and the talented people who play them, can all play their part in harmony with all the others. True leaders do not seek to impose uniformity, they honor diversity. Will there ever be someone who can harmonize the cacophony of our many voices like the very talented Miss Lisa Silver? Additionally, Moses asks for an ish. That means man. A man over the congregation, to which God responds, take for yourself Yehoshua, Joshua, an ish, a man imbued with spirit. I'm the only male voice you hear when Michael's not in town. But the word ish here indicates something other than gender. The Torah uses this phrase, ha'ish Moshe, the man Moses, 2 times. In Exodus, he was highly respected, gadol ma'od, literally very great, in the land of Egypt, in the eyes of Pharaoh's servants and in front of all the people. And he uses it, and God uses it in Numbers when it teaches us that ha'ish Moshe, the man Moses, was very humble, a nav ma'od, more so than anyone else on the face of the earth. I mean, note the 2 characteristics, right? Seemingly opposed, great and humble, both of which Moses had in high degree, ma'od, very much. This is the combination of attributes in the Talmud that Rabbi Yochanan attributes to God. Wherever you find God's greatness, there you find God's humility. And ish, in the context of leadership, is not a male. It's someone who's a mensch. It's a person whose greatness is lightly worn and who cares about the people that other people sometimes ignore. It's someone courteous to everybody, equally, and receiving respect because they give respect. Oh, how are we going to replace? We will not. How are we going to somehow find another voice that will supplement the humble Miss Lisa Silver? The real puzzlement in Moses' words lies in this concept. Choose a person over the congregation who will go out before them and come in before them, who will lead them out and bring them in. This kind of sounds like the Torah is saying something twice, which the Torah tends not to do. So what does it mean? The Torah maybe is hinting here that one of the most challenging aspects of leadership is timing and pace. The first phrase seems kind of simple. One who will go out before and come in before. We need someone who'll come in early, who'll stay late. It also means that the leader must lead from the front, from up here on the bima, and feel comfortable doing it. And the second phrase, one who will lead them out and bring them in, this perhaps means that a leader must lead from the front, but not be so far out in front that no one else can follow. Pace, I'm told, of music is essential. So, Miss Lisa, your timing and pace have always been impeccable, and you have set the standard, frankly, too high. So I turn again to the sages. Maimonides says in the Guide to the Perplexed that the task of fighting battles and conquering the land, it was just too much for a generation born into slavery. It could only be done by their children, those born into freedom. So as we begin this somewhat impossible search to find someone to lead us musically into the future, I invite us to use the Torah as our compass and not be so freaked out if we pray on it. And let's look for someone who will respect our diversity and has a willingness to sing at our pace, that'll care for everyone in our community equally. Because as Moses knew from experience, and as Joshua learns through a long apprenticeship to be a great man himself, what we do here at Micah matters. We sing about what we care about. And maybe what we sing about will be heard in other places, not just by those watching on live stream and Facebook. Maybe our prayers for our community and our country as we approach this July 4th will be heard by a power that actually answers them. Because even as anti-Semitism is on the rise, our people have known no greater country than this one. And so we ask the talented Miss Lisa Silver on this, the last 1st July with you in charge, to please lead us in asking God to bless our nation.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us pledge allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we lift our voices in this solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
You want to know how much Miss Lisa Silver loves me and loves you? She gave me a kill switch. Okay. Can we invite him to rise?
All the secrets are coming out now.
Does anybody want to open the doors to the ark? All right, come on. You get to be on TV, too. Avery's are coming forward. We invite everyone to please rise.
So glad to have you come up.
Aleinu l'tabeach l'adon hakol, l'teinu l'alion ser v'reshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kachol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא Ushamo, Ushamo, Ushamo Echad.
We honor the yortzites of those whose anniversary of death is this Shabbat: Mickey Brown, Stanley Crystal, Dorothy Daisy Hoffman, Eleanor L. Cantor, Florence Kaur, Dr. Morris A. Lebovitz, Selma Levine Lieberman, Daniel Liff, Norman G. Lipsky, Alan Miller, Millie Merman, Diane Ocker, Meyer Reinhold, Dr. Henry Rose, Audrey Rosenthal Sloan, Ruth L. Smith, Florence Lillian Stein. We think of Jeremy Black, Rich Moschel, Henry E. Foyer, Dr. Bob Sirkin, Aidan Becker, Robert Golden, Des Zamek, Elaine Farinacci, Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Charlene Krahili, John Giffen, Faye Sirkin, Joyce Murray, Richard L. Bourne, Fran Schmerling, Peggy West, Christopher Miller, Molly Stein, Alfred Cohen, Joseph Blumenthal, Leonard Baxt, Joanne Cohen, Jack Chirac, Hilda Jackman, and Peter Weiss. If I have not mentioned the name of a loved one, please do so at this time. Yikadal vit kadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudashah barichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be every day for us a blessing. Amen. A few announcements.
I'm going to help you make them in case there's a problem.
Okay, tomorrow morning, Torah study, 9 a.m. on Zoom. Our Micah office will be closed on Monday, July 5th. Our next book club Zoom meeting will be on Monday, July 5th, this coming Monday. Sorry, at 7 p.m. The book is called Beneath a Scarlet Sky. Schmooze and Views is on Thursday. You can come in person, you can be on Zoom. You can find the link on our events page. Please note that you do not have to register to come to Shabbat services anymore. We just ask if you're not vaccinated that you wear a mask. Thank you so much. You hopefully got your email about our new membership portal called Shul Cloud. I know it seems crazy and scary, but it's really easy to use, right, Paula? Yes. Once you sign up, because I know Paula had done it. Once you sign up, it could not be easier to do everything you need to do with regards to Congregation Micah.
What? You're confused? That's okay. On Wednesday at July 7th, at noon and at 6 p.m., we're doing a special Zoom. So if you want to just come socialize, you can. But if you're actually having trouble, that would be a little tutorial. You can call the office anytime. This is just an opportunity we're providing.
Yes, we love when you call and you don't know how to do your tech.
We're not sending you a bill anymore. We need you to keep paying, and this is the way to do it. Okay.
Also, very easy to make donations every day on Shul Cloud. Okay. Our next blood drive, because blood is needed even during a pandemic and after, is scheduled for Sunday, August 29th. You can go to theredcross.org, and you can use the password CHAI, life, C-H-A-I, to sign up for our blood drive, and that information's on our events page as well.
Mahjong starting again, is it not?
Mahjong starts in person this coming Tuesday from 12:30 to 3:30, correct? Yes, so we'd love for you to come and join us.
You all seem very tech and social media savvy. So sign up on our social media. We're like building our presence there. Okay.
Instagram. Rabbi Flip just learned how to use Instagram, and he's having so much fun posting. My kids think it's really cute. And
tracking them.
We also have Facebook and Twitter, I think. Although
yeah, Twitter.
we don't know yet.
Okay.
That's next.
How about TikTok?
gonna start making TikTok.
We're going to make some TikTok videos. It's going to happen. Yep.
We're only so cool. Last one.
And finally, every clergy person's dream come true. The High Holy Days are very early this year. And so we're already preparing, and we're very excited about it. And just please keep your eye out for information. Your ticket will come on your messenger, and sending in names for our Yortzeit Book of Memory and signing up for babysitting and all that good stuff. It's coming very soon. So, and choir, I mean, you already know about choir, but for those of you who love to sing and don't yet know about our choir, we would love to have you talk to Miss Lisa and be part of that, or if you know someone who likes to sing. We have a great choir. I know, I see you in the back. We have a great choir, and we always really welcome male voices in particular, because we have lots of female voices. So.
I'm in.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Scott is over there. That's right. All right, we're going to make Kiddush. Let's do it. It's been a lot of fun.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uv'ratzon hinkilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר לציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. עושה שלום במרומיו, שלום עלינו. Israel, Beimeru, Amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Yaseh shalom. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Yaseh shalom.